Well. What the hell have I woken up to this morning, bruh? What the hell have I woken up to this morning? I literally woke up at like 5 a.m. this morning, and I see Kim Illman's post. Liam Lawson replaced Isack Hadjar. I was like, nah. And then I went back to sleep. And then I woke up this morning, like actually woke up at like, what, 9 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. And then I saw it, and I was like, wait, that wasn't like a dream? That wasn't like a vision I saw? What the hell? Anyways, if you're just waking up or you haven't seen, breaking news. Isack Hadjar is injured and will not be racing at the Dutch Grand Prix this weekend. Liam Lawson will be replacing him at Red Bull. And then we've got over at VCARB, we've got Yuki Tsunoda replacing him at Racing Bulls. So we've got a massive weekend of news. You know me, I love my stories, man. I love my stories, and I think there's so many stories that come from this. First of all, obviously wishing Isack Hadjar a speedy recovery. There's nothing worse than getting an injury, whether you're an athlete, whether you're just a normal person. Like, having to deal with an injury in your everyday life is so demoralizing, because not only does it hit you physically, it also hits you mentally. It's just like hard to deal with. Oh my god, what is happening right now in chat? I'll get to chat in a second, but let's just get through the news real quick. But thank you guys, thank you, holy shit. Yeah, not only is it just hard to deal with an injury just in general, but like, especially as an athlete, obviously, hits you physically, hits you mentally. We're in the middle of the season. We've just come off of a break. You're meant to be mentally reset. And now Hadjar having to deal with this injury. But then the other story, Liam Lawson back to Red Bull for one, maybe more races. How is he going to deal with the pressure of moving back up to the main team, a team where he had an absolutely awful time for 2 races? You know, how is he going to deal with that? A new car, kind of a new team, I guess you could say. And then Yuki making his way onto the grid in 2026. I'm not going to lie. You know me. I'm a Liam fan. I'm a Red Bull fan. I'm actually more excited to see how Yuki does than Liam, to be honest. Oh, here we go. We're live on TikTok. Gifts are suspended on your live for 10 minutes due to reproduced content. Bro, I can't. This is my first time streaming on TikTok in like 6 months. I actually can't. I can't with TikTok anymore, bro. I can't. What was the point? I'm literally not even doing anything. Screw TikTok, bro. Screw TikTok. Never stream on. What's the point? I can't even talk. Anyways, I'm actually really excited to see how Yuki does, because Yuki hasn't driven the 2026 cars yet. So, like, how is it going to be for a driver to hop in a car, learn the battery, learn the race start procedure, learn everything, and how is he going to compare to 18-year-old or 19-year-old now, Arvid Lindblad? That's going to be interesting to see. I don't know. I think there's just so many things to talk about coming in this weekend. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. But Red Bull put out the statement. Isack Hadjar sustains injury. Liam Lawson, a substitute at the Dutch Grand Prix. Oracle Red Bull Racing driver Isack Hadjar sustained a wrist injury during summer shutdown that will prevent him from racing at 2026 Dutch Grand Prix. Too much gooning, man. Too much gooning. I wonder when this happened. I wonder if this happened literally yesterday or earlier on the summer break. If it did happen earlier on the summer break, I'm surprised we haven't heard rumors about this already. Like the fact that this happened this morning. But maybe they were trying to give Isack as much time as possible to, like, hopefully be fit again to race. And then they left it literally to the last day. So maybe Liam's kind of known already that this was coming and he's been able to prepare for it. If this happened yesterday or like the other day, this is rough, man. This is rough for Red Bull. This is rough for Liam, obviously having to just get thrown in the car straight away. We'll be welcoming back Liam Lawson, who will be replaced in the RB22 this weekend. The team wishes Isack a speedy recovery, and thanks to Liam for stepping in on short notice. And then VCARB said, team statement, VCARB Racing Bulls can confirm that Liam Lawson will drive for Oracle Red Bull Racing at the Dutch Grand Prix this weekend due to Isack Hadjar's wrist injury. As a result of the driver change, reserve driver Yuki Tsunoda will drive for Racing Bulls and Zandvoort this weekend alongside Arvid Lindblad. We thank both Liam and Yuki for their adaptability as the teams prepare for the weekend, and we wish Isack a speedy recovery. Yeah, man. Interesting stuff. Again, absolutely feel for Hadjar. Like, there's nothing worse than, like, I don't know. Like I guess you can't say he's had a bad season. He's not had an amazing season. Obviously, having to deal with his car. I don't feel like he needed the summer break, but I'm sure he would have used it as like a nice time to reset, and then boom, injured himself. Real quick, if we go on Hadjar's Instagram, he did it. Yeah, no man, like this has to have happened in the last 2 days. This has to have happened in the last 2 days, man. Yeah, so 5 days ago, Gyros on the table. Obviously, nothing on his arm. That's his friend. Swimming, enjoying life. He is yoked, man. He is absolutely yoked. A bit of tennis as well. Playing with some pussycats. Yoked. Sunscreen. Chilling on a boat. Look at me for a second there. Playing around on the pool. Yoked. Yeah, everything's normal 5 days ago. And then... Wait, that was the one I just opened. And then the usual suspects in Spain. Merch still on bio, so a little bit of a merch drop. Weights in the gym. Wait, side note. This is Jack, by the way. This is one of Max Verstappen's friends. He runs Verstappen sim racing. I was actually leaving Milton Keynes train station yesterday, and I saw him. I was just like, what the fuck? It was so random. Yeah, in the gym, like, I don't know, man. I feel like he wouldn't be doing these posts if he knew he's injured. This has to have happened the last couple of days. The double summer dump as well. Like, look, he's training here. He's training here. Nothing on the wrist. And then, literally 2 days ago, first podium, special helmet. Does that mean Liam rocks this helmet for the weekend? Wait, like, can they even cook up Liam's helmet with the right sponsors in time? Surely he just uses this helmet, man. This has to have happened in the last 2 days. There's no way you put this photo up. I mean, yeah, it's probably scheduled. Yeah, sponsorships and all that jazz. They maybe have to put it out, but I don't know. I feel like you don't put this out if you suspect that he's not going to be racing this weekend. This has to have happened the last 2 days or something, man. That's crazy. Aura picture, by the way. Aura picture. Anyways, let's get into chat now. There's probably a lot to talk about with this. Real quick, though, it's going to be a shorter stream. Obviously, I wasn't meant to be streaming today. Tomorrow was meant to be when I was streaming for the preview, but I thought I'd go live for the news. So we'll do a bit of a short stream, talk about all the news and stuff like that. But tomorrow's when we'll talk more about the broader Dutch Grand Prix and stuff like that. And get back into things. All right, let me unmute alerts now. Holy crap. Paddy, thank you for the 31-month resub, dude. Appreciate you coming with the Prime. Sunrai, thank you for the 19-month resub with Tier 1. Chris, thank you for the 65-month resub with Prime. Hannah, thank you so much for the 6-month resub with Prime. Mitch, thank you so much for the 19-month resub with Tier 1, dude. And thank you for the 14-month resub with Tier 1. Hello, Ponden. F1 is finally back. Amazing 14 months have gone by so quick, but many more to come. Work was great for Virgin Australia. Thanks. No, thank you for the 14-month resub. And Leo Chick, thanks so much for the 6-month resub with Prime. And last Ninja, let me replay this one. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Yo, W's in chat for last minute. That is insane. Thank you, dude. I really do appreciate that. And also, they've been coming in for the 8-month resub with Prime. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Also, Jura, thank you for the follow. Andy, thank you for the bit. Tyler Carolee, thank you for the follow as well. All right, what are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking? Oh, my God. Chat is gone now. We are so back after the summer break. How, dude, can we just say, like, obviously this is a negative thing, and a lot of things that happen with Red Bull are quite, obviously, negative or controversial. How the fuck does this keep happening to Red Bull, bro? Like Red Bull is keeping the drama alive in F1. Like, I would say, like I've always said, you could do, like, a Keep It Up with the Kardashians style show for Red Bull. Like, imagine Keep It Up with Red Bull. You got Christian, Helmut Marko, the main seats, the second team, the junior drivers. Like, bro, there's so much drama from, like, upper management at Red Bull to Red Bull Racing to VCARB to between the drivers to the junior drivers. Like, controversial intense, like you know, Nick DeVries, half a season. Daniel Ricciardo, not Daniel Ricciardo, yeah, Daniel Ricciardo dropped mid-season. Liam Lawson getting 2 races. Like, it's always just so crazy, man. Bro, it's always just so crazy. Ponden returns. Guys, who cares how Liam does? Are we actually... Do we actually care how Liam does that? If Liam does bad, are we actually going to be roasting him?
Oh boy,
is that what we're saying right now?
Begin? Ponden, my Pookie Bear,
Bodhi.
my sunshine. 17 months. Ever since I first laid eyes on you, I wish it were possible to freeze
I'm skipping
time
your
so
7
I
spam.
would never have to watch you and stream. 17,700.
Shut up. Thank you for the 17-month resub, though. Appreciate you coming to the tier 1, man. Thank you. But I'm skipping the 7 spam. I'm skipping the 777 spam. Wait. So you guys are saying that there's, like I said, the first message I saw in Twitch chat. No. Akax added me in the Discord. The pressure is on for Liam. What pressure, bro? What pressure? He has had an amazing season so far. Arguably best of the rest driver on the grid. Him and Gasly, best of the rest driver on the grid. And what do you mean, what pressure? Bro's hopping into a different team in a different car. Obviously, thankfully the same engine. Has to, you know, well, I mean, obviously he's been in that team before, but it's different car now. It's different car now. I wouldn't say there's pressure, but I would say there's opportunity. I think that's the right word. There's an opportunity here to deliver, to be as close to Max as possible, to do just as well as Hadjar and be like, hey, I deserve that seat if Max leaves. Not Arvid, not Yuki, not getting dropped by Solov. I deserve to be here. So I wouldn't say there's pressure, but there's an opportunity. But maybe you could argue there is pressure because if he doesn't deliver, then they'll be like, well, he'll never go back to Red Bull. What's the point in keeping it VCARB? So maybe there is a bit of pressure there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What if Yuki does better than Arvid, bro? Is there pressure there? I don't know. I feel like there's pressure all around. There's obviously no pressure on Max. He doesn't give a fuck. There's pressure on Hadjar here, like in the sense of if Liam does do well, then that kind of maybe puts Hadjar in a bit of like, oh, maybe Liam can take his seat. But again, I don't think there's any pressure there for Hadjar. He's probably just annoyed that he can't compete this weekend. Yeah, I guess there's pressure on Liam to deliver because this is a great opportunity to show himself. Definitely pressure on Yuki because we're talking an opportunity. Liam knows I'm going back to VCARB after this. Doesn't matter how good or bad I do. I'm going back to VCARB after this for the rest of the season. So if he does bad, he has another 9 races or whatever it is to perform and go, hey, I'm good at VCARB. Keep me here. Whereas Yuki, this is his only chance to prove himself. So there's a lot of pressure there. And Arvid, again, a little bit of pressure. If Yuki comes in to new regulation cycle, never driven the car, never used these batteries, never done a start procedure, and beats Arvid, that's not going to be good for Arvid. So yeah, it's kind of pressure all around, man. Pressure all around. Yuki being the Red Bull reserve driver and getting put in the VCARB instead of Red Bull is a bit of a kick in the teeth. I disagree. I did think that at first. I did think, why is Yuki going to VCARB and Liam to Red Bull? But there's 2 reasons here. 1, new regulation cycle, right? Liam and Arvid know the car. Even though Yuki has 5 years of experience, Liam and Arvid know the car better than Yuki. It's just a fact. Like, these regs are so complicated with batteries, with the start procedures, with everything. Yuki will not be able to hop in the Red Bull and do as well as Liam and Arvid. That is a fact. It's not an opinion. That is just a fact, right? So if Red Bull was the main team, you want to put the better driver in the main team for this weekend to get as much points as possible. Because even if Liam can scrape 1 or 2 points, that's important for the championship, right? But I think the main reason Red Bull are doing this is it's a good excuse to put Liam back in the car and see how he does. I'm actually surprised. As a Liam fan, I'm surprised they didn't put Arvid in. I'm surprised. I'm so shook. Like, when I first read the Hadjar injured to miss Grand Prix, my first thought was, they're putting Arvid in the car. So I'm actually really surprised they're putting Liam. Because again, just like I said, the reason they're not putting Yuki in the car is to have a good opportunity to, like, see Liam. I thought they'd use this as an excuse to put Arvid in the car and just be like, hey, have a stint at Red Bull Racing, see how you do. But I guess maybe they've learned their lesson from the past of, like, are we really going to learn anything from Arvid in 1 race? No. Is there a point in putting pressure on Arvid for one race? No. Liam's experienced that pressure before, having to fill in at Netherlands last minute, literally on the fucking day. He's had to fill in half a season. He's had to fill in or be in at Red Bull for 2 races and then drop back to another team. So if there's anyone who can adapt, it is Liam. But yeah, I'm surprised, man. I'm slightly surprised, I'm not gonna lie, that it wasn't Arvid, given the way Liam gets treated sometimes. Did Yuki do simulator? Well, Yuki's obviously on simulator, but it's very, very different to actually driving the car. I think it happened yesterday. 2 days ago, had revealed his helmet and nothing you could see there. Yeah. But those photos would have been taken ages ago, right? I assume. Rebel drivers and wrist injuries at Zandvoort. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Well, not funny, but it's like kind of crazy that a wrist injury twice at Zandvoort. That's whack. Think this is sketchy. Sketchy? You think they've like purposely broken Hadjar's wrist to give Liam an opportunity? Hell no. Hell no. This make or break for Liam. If he's bad, he's not going to have a seat next year. I disagree, man. I disagree. I think maybe if this was the last race of the season or something, but man, you must be happy. What's up, Milan? Am I happy? I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for this weekend. I was already excited for this weekend, but like, as a Liam Red Bull fan, I'm even more excited this weekend to see how Liam does at Red Bull, to see how Yuki does at VCARB, the stories that come out of it. There's so much to look at and talk about this weekend. But I wouldn't say I'm happy because, again, there's a little bit of this, like, Liam's PR has been amazing this year. I'm seeing Liam fan clips on TikTok. Everyone's raving about Liam. Everyone's talking about how Liam's the best of the rest driver this season. And already you guys in chat are like, bro, he needs to deliver. He needs to deliver. And it's like, okay, if he doesn't deliver, who cares, bro? Who would actually be able to hop in the Red Bull? Who would actually be able to hop in the Red Bull and in 3 practice sessions, 1 qualifying and 1 race, be able to be close to max? No one, man. No one would be able to do that. One practice session this weekend. Wait, is it a sprint? Oh my god, it's a sprint weekend as well, bro. That's actually the first time I forgot it's a sprint. I'm not gonna lie. That's generally the first time I forgot it's a sprint weekend. I'm a motherfucking star boy. One session, one practice session, and one of the most fucked to drive cars on the grid. I can't. This is clearly a test to see if Lawson's ever going to go back to Red Bull at some point. Just don't crash. Yeah, that's the thing. Why aren't you not in the VCARB top? Me, why am I not in the VCARB top tomorrow, man? Tomorrow. There's more pressure on him than last season first 2 races. Yeah, I would agree with that one, actually. Like, Liam came into the 2025 season as like, hey, I'm a Red Bull driver. And I don't think he expected to get dropped after 2 races. Whereas this, he knows this is his one and only opportunity. In saying that, though, if we go look at the F1 calendar, I mean, we don't know what injury he's got, right? If this is a Daniel Ricciardo level injury, I mean, Daniel was out for, what, 4 or 5 races? So, but yeah, there is thankfully a week break after the Netherlands, and then we get to Italy. So this will give Hadjar, let's assume he injured himself, let's say yesterday, right? He injured himself yesterday. So let's say he injured himself on the 19th. To the 4th, what's that? 11, 12 days, 16 days. 16 days of recovery until Monza. I mean, I ain't a doctor, I ain't a physio, but if he's like muscle injury, surely 16 days is enough. But yeah, it depends what he's done, really. It depends what he's done. But then we get into a fucking double header, so that will be rough. That'll be rough. But today's the 19th. Oh, today's the 19th, so 18th. Like, let's say 16 days. 16 days. Also, as you don't have an honor and market, the pressure might be gone from Red Bull. Yeah, that's true as well. With Merck, he's obviously a bit more calm and fair with decisions. Not the first time Lawson replaced a driver who hurt their wrist at the Dutch GP. Didn't Stroll or Alonso drive a wrist injury? So does that mean he's the GOAT? Yeah, I mean, Stroll did, but I feel like I made it worse. Yeah, dude. Every time I was at the Red Bull factory yesterday. Every time I'm at the factory, some shit goes down. Yesterday, I was at the factory. Where I got to see the Japan special livery in person for the first time. Woo! Woo! It was so nice. But every single time I'm at the factory, something happens. I was at the factory the day the Christian Horner news came out. That was generally one of the weirdest experiences of my life. The factory was like a fucking ghost town. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, yeah, I was there that day that news came out, and it was crazy. And then I was at the factory the day Lando Norris won the Miami Grand Prix. That's not really that bad, but it was just like the one race I go to the factory, Lando wins. And then I'm there yesterday, and now Hadjar's out, bro. Now Hadjar's out. I might just stop. Maybe next time I go to the factory, Max leaves the team. Maybe next time I go to the factory, Max leaves the team or something. In other news, we're at Silverstone yesterday. Basically, if you wonder why I was at the factory, Chris is staying with me at the moment. And he does like freelance work for the sim racing team. So while he was in England, we went and got a little bit of a mini factory tour, just like look around. And we also went to Silverstone just to go to the museum. And I happened to catch randomly, we're just at Silverstone at the museum, randomly got to catch the McLaren testing their hypercar. I think this is the second time ever the hypercar has been out on a track testing. And I caught it. I don't know how we got lucky to be there on the day and to be there at, I think it was like 6 p.m. as well. But yeah, we're really lucky to catch that on track. I think this is my first time seeing a WEC car on track as well. It's not even in WEC, yo. Yeah, bro, I feel like every time at the factory something fucking cursed happens, so I might just stop attending now. Why do people think Nicola would get the step up? He's never done a practice session. Wait, that's actually another thing we haven't spoken about yet. I haven't even thought about. Do you think this was a missed opportunity for Red Bull to put Solov in the VCARB? Or do you think that's a bit of a waste? Like, have Red Bull finally learned putting drivers in for one race isn't worth it? In saying that, though, Nick De Vries hopped in for one race in Williams and was fucking amazing. But then again, it kind of meant nothing because then he was poo-poo at AlphaTauri. So, yeah, I still feel like one race just isn't enough to prove yourself in Formula One. Like, you really need time to build up. I mean, look at Liam, man. Look at Liam. Like, he came in and he showed he could adapt, and then give him time, and he's really became an amazing driver. But then again, I don't know. But then you look at like Kimi, and his first race in Formula was so good. And then you look at Hadjar. I was gonna say Hadjar's first race in Formula One. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sol doesn't even have his super license yet. Wait, he doesn't? Do you think water or your throat never gets sore? Wait, do you drink water or your throat never goes? Yeah, I drink water. I have my Yeti cup, bro. I have my Yeti cup. Have you checked Red Bull's Discord? Have I checked Red Bull's Discord? I've not. What is in there? Well, like, I'm in the Discord, but like, what am I looking for there? Is there something in that? Some Wolfster things though, web of the stream. You can literally only have one practice session to adapt to the new reg. Yeah, that's wild, bro. Sup Azenzer on the stream, dude. Tani, thank you so much for the 8-month resub. Appreciate you coming to the tier 1. Thank you so much for supporting. Really do appreciate it. Dude, I don't understand why my TikTok got community guidelined just then for reproduced content. I'm literally standing here talking. Bro flexing about getting to go to the factory. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, talking about my experience equals flexing. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Museum is brilliant. Did you meet top leadership at the factory? I did not. When we were driving in there, we saw Hugh Bird going for a run. Williams straight line tax plus Monza tax. True. Solv doesn't even have a super license. Is that confirmed? How's it going, Andro? Sprint has so many competitive sessions. You need an experienced driver. Wester's done FP1, but is racing super formula. I mean, that's the thing. There's also a Wester, but I don't. Again, what's the point in putting a Wester in the car? Yeah, I don't think Red Bull ever have the intention of actually putting a Wester in Formula One. So what's the point in giving him an opportunity like this? Yeah, let's have a scroll of Twitter, I think. How did I OD? Sorry. Yeah, dude, I really feel like this has to have happened in the last couple of days. There's no way you post this if you know you've got a risk of not being able to attend. What are the comments saying? Was Daniel not available? Liam, injury summit Zervort. Get well soon, Isack. I hope Liam does well. Speed recovery, Isack. Good luck, Liam and Zervort. So what about Yuki? Is he going to VCARB? Let's go, Liam. Show them what you're made of. Tough timing. Hope Isack comes back fully fit. Would have been cool to give Solov a chance. So excited for Liam. He's going to do so much better because the car isn't being entirely developed around Max yet. It's Liam Lawson's time to shine. Who will drive? Dude, imagine Liam podium. Nah. We actually did. I need to stop thinking negatively about this. I need to stop thinking like, see, I'm coming into this weekend of like, it's too hard to adapt to a new car. You're getting thrown in last minute. He's not gonna get points. That I'm expecting no points. Like, that's my expectations. Not because I think Liam's bad. I just understand how hard it is to hop in a Formula 1 car and do well, right? But there is the opportunity he actually does well. There's the opportunity. The Red Bull shows up at Zandvoort and it's good. And then Liam is on for a podium. Can you imagine that? Imagine a podium, bro. Wait, did Hadjar? Yeah, Hadjar got his podium stripped. So imagine Liam ends up getting one and then, oh my God. Liam podium incoming, man. Liam podium incoming. This helmet is so nice. This is Max's, right? Oh, no, this is Hadjar's. So clean. Let me guess, Simon cooked that one up. It's so nice, bro. Yeah, we'll be covering all the stuff from the Dutch Grand Prix weekend later. Wait. Are they going to be able to cook up a suit with Liam's number on it in time? Wait, how does this work? Because we've got special race suits this weekend. And usually they have spares of the actual kit without numbers on. Maybe the rules are if you make a special race suit, they just make one without the numbers just in case. So Liam, wait, I was gonna say, bro, we at least get to see Liam in Red Bull kit, in the new Red Bull kit. But he's gonna be stuck in this, bro. He's gonna be stuck in the white one. At least we'll get shots of Liam in the nice Red Bull livery one time. Okay, let's have a scroll of Twitter. Let's see how long it takes for us before we get banned. Everyone's enjoying the beach, pool yacht during the holidays. Meanwhile, Isack Hadjar. I thought that was him and his girlfriend for a second. I for certain that was him and his girlfriend. It looks like him though. And then obviously his girlfriend's blonde. Bro's going ham. Zandvoort lineups. Hey, this doesn't even look cursed at this point. This doesn't even look cursed. Isack Hadjar probably broke his hat. Red Bull have not officially announced the move, with their official guidance saying that Hadjar is likely to miss the race. However, the situation will be confirmed to BBC Sport by a source close to the team. Red Bull have not yet revealed any details about Hadjar's injury, but he is understood to have broken his hand while boxing. Okay, well, that changes the narrative. It might be more than one race. How long does it take to heal a broken hand? Most uncomplicated hand fractures take 6 to 8 weeks for the bone to knit back together. However, complete functional recovery, including the return of full grip strength, can take 3 to 6 months. That's about the same time as Daniel's. So if we go look at the schedule. Am I banned? Okay. 6 weeks from now. Let's do 4 weeks from now. 4 weeks from now. Okay, so 4 weeks exactly from today takes us to Wednesday, September 16th. So, If he wanted to do a 3-week recovery, he could be ready for Madrid. If he wanted to do a 4 to 6 week recovery, he could be ready before Baku. Could end up being 3 races. Wow. Thinking about it from Liam's perspective, Netherlands, he's driven there before, he's filled in there before. Should be okay. Monza, easy track. 4 corners, easy clap. Spain, that's cursed. Should have answered the phone. Should have? Or, oh, Brock. Why is this actually Brock feeding? Why is Brock tweeting that, bro? All the pieces of his plan are falling into place.
I mean, I'm a Yuki copium. I'm a Yuki fanboy. So Yuki's gonna come back. He's gonna get his podium. I'm gonna get my podium, and then we're gonna all look back at this fondly. I mean,
Lewis posts shirtless pic and suddenly Hedges out with a wrist injury. Well, I'm confused. Is there like a whoa? We're gonna be careful. The GTA 6 leaks. Oh, I don't want to get. Oh, Rockstar, please, man, please don't kill me, please. This means that after 4 years of Formula 1, Liam Lawson will still not have raced a full season with one team. 5 races is injury replacement for Ricciardo. 6 races replacement for Ricciardo. 2 races for Red Bull before being dropped. Replaces Hadjar. Broken his hand. Oh, this is going to be a multi-race sub then, huh? Oh my god. Okay, we're getting off Twitter. We're getting off Twitter, otherwise I'm going to get banned, bro. Yuki Tsunoda VCARB race suit somewhere in his closet right now. Is this Lego Darth Vader? No, it looks like it though. Red Bull Junior. Send it to Rebel Racing. No. Emergency pod. How do they pump this out so quick? Do they pre-record it? I guess they just pre-record it. I feel like I've seen this film before, bro. 3 years later, man. 3 years later. Same race, same injury. That's crazy. Is it haram for Max Verstappen to leave Red Bull? What? Just dropping these coldest picks. I still haven't watched the trailer yet. 3rd ever start for Red Bull Racing. We can't. Max at her is this his wedding earlier this month? Yo, the Renz is boxing now. Okay. Let's have a scroll at Discord. Let's go back to this morning. We'll scroll all the other news from summer break and Dutch GP tomorrow during our preview stream. So where did it begin, bro? Where did it begin? Yeah, so this is what I woke up to. Where is it? I honestly thought it was fake. I mean, I trust Kim Millman because he does actually like have a lot of contacts in the paddock, but he's also gotten a lot of shit wrong this year. Excuse me. All right, so there we go. We'll also look at some any stuff that's unrelated to the Liam Lawson Hadjar stuff as well. Not a bad car for the race control in Zandvoort. Wait, why is the race control an Audi? Is that new? Wait. No Merc? Has Audi got... Huh? Is this separate to the Merc? Or maybe we're going to get an announcement that Audi is going to be partnering with the safety car like Aston Martin and Mercedes were doing. Middle cars also... yeah, is this just for Zandvoort? I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't have as much aura as the Aston Martin and the Mercedes. It looks too much like a normal road car, you know what I mean? New permanent FIE stewards for 2027. Okay. Yeah, so this is obviously the news that came out this morning. First person to report it was Kim. Dude, this is the thing, right? You gotta be really... If I was Kim, I'd be really careful because obviously his job is to report the news, be the insider, kind of be like the paparazzi of F1. But like, people are gonna stop talking to you, bro, if you keep leaking stuff that's either not true, but not confirmed yet, and then never ends up happening, or is true and then you leak it early. Like, I don't know. Like, you're gonna be really careful with that. It's like, yes, obviously you get the clicks. Yes, you get the, what's the word, notoriety of like being able to be the first person to announce it or leak it. But like, people are gonna stop talking to you, man. People are gonna stop talking to you. Isack Hadjar is set to miss the Dutch Grand Prix due to wrist injury. Liam Lawson expected. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's go through all the memes now. We're obviously seeing the news. How we will generally be moving. It's not gonna open it, is it? How we'll generally be moving when Tsunoda generally gets out qualified by this weekend to put an end to everyone saying he deserves to be drawn. Okay. What else we got? Bro, it's just the same thing getting reposted, bro. Okay, where are the memes at? Where are the memes at? Maybe we're waiting for the confirmation. Logan might have hit the wall, but he never hit Oscar. But he would hit on Oscar. That's a whole different discussion. Okay. I still can't believe they did that as a transition for his announcement. His hair was so chopped, bro. I didn't think his hair was bad until I see what his hair looks like now. Yeah, so Liam's path, Red Bull second team, Red Bull second team, Red Bull, and then he's going to be going back to Red Bull second team. Oh my god, it's Nico Hulkenberg's birthday today, guys. Can we all wish Nico Hulkenberg a happy birthday? How old is he now? Like 36? He's actually Unk status now. Did you see Albon watching Only Pixel? I did, my goat. What's going on with Hadjar now? Broken wrist, it seems. Cave, David the follow. I don't know if I thanked that already, but thank you for the follow. David the follow. David the follow. We got 6-7 viewers right now. The Liam Lawson Rebel cap buried deep in my wardrobe. Coming back to life. What do you mean the Liam Lawson Rebel cap? Liam Lawson never had a Rebel cap. It was on pre-order and they removed it. Mercedes Dutch Grand Prix poster. Okay, why does he look chopped? Formula 1. Yeah, this was interesting. F1, after the leaks came out, posted that on Insta. The press conferences for this weekend. So we got Perez, Arvid, and Max in one of them, and we got Hulkenberg, Norris, and Russell in the other. Honestly, scrap that. Let's get Max and Yuki, and let's get Liam and Arvid. Get the whole gang. Oh, and we got Peter Bayer. You know what? Fuck Komatsu off. Get Lauren Mackey's in. You know what I mean? Let's just make it the Red Bull weekend now. That's all we're gonna be talking about. And then obviously the news came out. Isack Hadjar is understood to have broken his wrist while boxing, but Red Bull yet to make an announcement about that. I'm free this weekend as well. All right, dude. No, honestly, chuck Yarno him. Why not? F1 Media. Hey Isack. Hey Isack, have been lifting weights? Oh, hey, I'm fine. I gotta go. Oh, it's got one big arm. I see. Red Bull somehow Lawson returned. Fact: the last time Liam Lawson substituted for a full-time driver due to a hand injury, Fernando Alonso made the podium. I'm dying right now. What is this? Everyone else at the bit. Wait. Liked by Isack Hadjar. There's no way he like that. That's gonna be fake. That's gonna be fake. I ain't believing it. Do we trust Holiness? No, Holiness is actually kind of trustworthy. I think Holiness is kind of trustworthy. Generally, how many drivers would they need to cycle through until Yano gets a drive? No, on a real. If Yano had his super license, who would we do? We'd go Mac. So, like, let's imagine their flight didn't arrive on time. Right? You got Max, Liam, Yuki, Arvid, Hadjar. Then you got Awasa. Then you got Solov. Then where do we go from here? Do we go Pepe? Do we bring Pepe Marti from Formula E? I think at that point you bring Pepe Marti from Formula E. And then you go through the F3 boys, which is 4 of them. Or 3 of them. And then maybe no, David Coulthard. Then you get David Coulthard at that point. His neck might snap off from old age, but I reckon he could do it. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna break the wrist and walk away. Hey, you asleep yesterday? Lawson still hasn't completed a full season with the same team he debuted in. Yeah, Liam's season is cursed, bro. Liam's career is cursed. I mean, have we got anything else? Have we got anything else? Have we got anything else? We got any other news? I'm surprised it hasn't got more likes. I guess the F1 one's probably got more, right? That's a cold photo, holy. Bro, imagine if I was at the factory today. Imagine if I was at the factory today. And I was able to witness the chaos going down. Album resigned, not that interesting, but more news. Oh, re-signed, yeah. We'll talk about anything from the summer break and coming into the Dutch Grand Prix tomorrow during our preview stream. Today we'll just talk about this stuff. Red Bull commenting nothing is impossible on this helmet pick is so funny. This feels like DTA double episode special. Oh, this would definitely be in Drive to Survive show for show. Bring Vettel back. Sebi, man. Get Sebi in the car. Lost chance to bring Oscar and Signed into one press. True. Yeah, I wonder if it's like predetermined before the season starts. Now, it's going to be as you go, right? But they will have to probably do like an equal amount or something. I low-key forgot about, dude. Signs is gonna get away with the criticism because everyone's gonna have forgotten about the incident now. So far, with it being so far gone. Liam, if you're watching, good luck, bro. What do you expect for Liam? I think realistically, I expect Liam. I don't expect Liam to do amazing. I think he's going to do better than he did. Like, you got to remember, Australia, right? First race of the season. He wasn't like slow, but he pushed too hard, broke his floor on quali, and he went out in Q1, right? Again, not defending what he did, but like, he realistically wasn't last. He was just like, he pushed too hard and he broke his floor. Then it rained, and he got stuck behind the fucking Haas's for the whole race. And he actually did good. He was actually doing good after that. And then they just left him out on medium tires and he crashed. Again, not defending him crashing, but like the team did tell him to stay out on mediums. And then he crashed. So it was kind of like, Australia was kind of one of those ones of it was like, it looked worse than what it actually was. And then we get to China and he went out in Q1. That was bad. That was his fault. And then the sprint, he made up like 8 places. That was decent. And then we get to normal qualifying, and they decided to completely change. No, qualifying again. His fault. Went out in Q1. That was bad. But again, I'm not defending him. I'm just putting the greater story into play of like, It was the last year of the regulation cycle. The grid was really condensed. Checo, who'd been at the team for years, was going out in Q1. So, of course, the new boy who's never been in this team before is probably going to go out in Q1 as well. And then in the race, they decided to completely change the setup of his car. And he was slow as fuck. And then they dropped him. And like, realistically, those 2 races were bad. But they were like 2 extreme scenarios that like most drivers probably would never even like experience in a season, let alone in the first 2 races of a season in that situation. So I think he's going to have a bit more of a normal time. We're halfway through the season. The teams have figured out the car a little bit more. Thankfully, it's a Ford engine as well, so he knows how to do the start procedure and all that jazz. Setup should hopefully be a little bit better than what they were experiencing back then. But it is still that, like, unknown of, like, how does Liam feel in this new Rega car with a Max Verstappen car as opposed to a VCARB car? Maybe little things that he has to do differently in comparison to VCARB. But overall, I think he'll have a bit more of a normal weekend. I think he should be able to get points. Like, I don't think he's going to be slower. In saying that, though, like, if you go back to the last couple races, like, let's look at Hungary, Belgium, and Silverstone, just as an example. So, Hungary, Hadjar finished 6th, ahead of Russell, but I think it was only, like, 20 seconds ahead of Liam. You go to Belgium. Did I just see Hadjar's helmet pop up just then? Hadjar finished ahead of Norris, 25 seconds ahead of Arvid. And then in Silverstone, Hadjar finished... Oh, he finished under safety car. 1 position ahead of Liam. So, my point is Hadjar's been finishing basically only 1 position ahead of the midfield for the last few races. So, Liam will have that pressure of, like, Arvid... Maybe not Yuki so much. Maybe Yuki. But Arvid, Yuki, Gasly, the midfield, on his tail, wanting to beat him. So, yeah. But I think he should be able to... I think the car and Liam should be strong enough to beat the midfield. It honestly depends how well Arvid performs. Because we know that VCARB has made a huge jump in the last few races where it is clear of the midfield and it's close to the front field now. So, you know, Liam doing bad on a Red Bull... And had Arvid doing good on a VCARB, maybe Arvid could put pressure on Liam, like the VCARBs have been putting pressure on Hadjar. But yeah, I expect Liam to finish either 1 position ahead of VCARB or 1 position behind VCARB, at the very least. If he does worse than that, that would suck because again, like, you know, I guess there's no excuses now in comparison to the start of the year. Sorry, start of last year. But the thing is, he has the potential to do really well because, again, let's talk about the positives here. Ford engine. He's using the same engine, Red Bull powertrain Ford. The engine that he's been used to the whole season. He knows how the start procedure works now. He knows the issues that that engine has. Some people might argue the Red Bull was just a better version of the VCARB, obviously with the different setup. But if he gets the setup in the right window, he could have a decent weekend, man, and maybe he can have a nice result like Hadjar's been doing. But, you know, what if we end up having what weekend was it? Was it Austria? I think it was Austria, right? Where Red Bull just showed up and were just like really good that weekend. Like we could end up just having an Austria weekend where, you know, Red Bull show up, their second best team, and he fights for a podium. Again, unlikely, but like, let's talk about the positives here. That could be a possibility. And that'd be pretty cool to see. But yeah, I don't know. I guess my expectation is probably Hadjar, but a little bit worse. Like, you know, not saying Liam's worse than Hadjar. But obviously Liam has less experience in the Red Bull than Hadjar this year. So yeah, I'm expecting like a 7th, 8th place. Maybe 9th if Arvid does better. But yeah. Casper, thanks so much for the 1 year sub, dude. Really do appreciate coming to the tier 1, man. Thank you so much for supporting. Appreciate it, dude. Also, Black, thank you for the follow. Hey, are you coming to KL? What is KL? But how's it going? Lily Ha? What What is KL? We'll be interested to see how far off he is compared to Hadjar. F1 back, sprint format, driver changes, car update. This week is going to be spicy. I'm excited for it now. I'm excited. Kamara's 2027 next season. Okay, this guy coming with the news. Hi, Ponden chat. I thought I'd come by and say hi when I saw the Hadjar replacement news ahead of the Dutch GP. What's up, JB dude? It get the best of me. It's up to Queen. Why has he been replaced? He had to got an injury. Liam talked about making a big change to the VCARB last year, so it suited him. If the Red Bull isn't set up in the same way, will he struggle? I mean, that's the thing. We'll have to see, right? Because, like, I mean, obviously Hadjar's doing really good in this VCARB, in this Red Bull this year. And is that a Hadjar thing or is that a car thing? KL equals Kuala Lumpur. I am not going to Kuala Lumpur, no. I would love to have gone to, I would love to go to Sepang, but we gotta stay home and stream, man. A Liam Lawson win? Dude, imagine this story. Okay. I'm not saying this will happen or it's likely to happen. I'm just throwing it out there. What would be... No, I don't even need to ask this question. What would be the better comeback story? Gasly winning in Monza 2021 or 2020? Or Daniel winning Monza 2021? Or Liam winning into it? Nah, dude, if Liam wins, that's the greatest comeback story of all time. Imagine winning at the team that dropped you after 2 races, bro. Holy. Obviously, yes, the car has a more chance of winning than Gasly had in 2020. Because, like, that was a shock win. Like, how the fuck do you win in an AlphaTauri, bro? But, like, winning at the team that dropped you for 1 race? Oh, my God. Liam would be crazy. That'd be crazy if he wins. Bro's dreaming. We are dreaming, man. We are dreaming. Don't make it a movie. Don't curse him. Nah, he's already cursed. Bro went from a negative Nancy to full Delulu. No way they keep Liam right if Liam wins, though. No way they keep Liam if Liam wins. But what do you mean? I'll keep him at Red Bull. Imagine that. Imagine there's a world, right, where Liam wins or gets a podium. And then Hadjar's still got his wrist injury. And then Liam does another race and does well and does another race. And then Hadjar comes back from injury like, hey guys, I'm good to race now. And they're like, sorry to break the news, but you're racing for VCARB now for the rest of the season. You're racing for VCARB now for the rest of the season. Also, AlphaTauri took this second win in Monza just like Toro Rosso 08 was said. What if Isack is still out for Monza and Liam wins in Monza? To be honest, with how fucked Monza is, that could end up happening. Face when I'm with you. We got anything else to look up? Liam learning he's being dragged back to Red Bull. Whoever took this photo of Liam waking up from sleep back in the junior category days. This meme has fed families. A year on from scoring points in her wildcard debut, Esme Kostman is returning to to race in front of her home crowd as Lego Racing's full-time F1 Academy driver. I forgot that she did the wildcard last year. Let's hope she does well. She's been having a bit of a weaker season so far. That ain't happening, Zog. Nice streaming. Okay, bro. I feel like the Yuki news is kind of being overlooked a little bit. Like, I feel like everyone's talking about Liam. Oh, Hadjar out. Liam stepping up. Like, Yuki's going to be driving the 2026 cars for the first time. He's the first non-full-time driver to do a race. I mean, obviously, we've had the rookies doing, like, practice sessions, but, like, he'll be the first non-full-time driver to do a race. Like, the first non-2026 driver. So, it's going to be interesting to see, like... I guess what my point is, right, is, like... When the rookies come in and practice, there's no pressure. Well, there is pressure, but like there's less pressure. It's just a practice session. They're only doing practice. It's going to be interesting to see the level of a driver who's been in the sport for 10 races and a driver coming in for the first time. Like, I feel like, how do I put this? Like, in other motorsports, we've seen how like when Kimi Räikkönen did a NASCAR race, or Jenson Button did a NASCAR race, or when... You know, new drivers come to Formula E for the first time, or IndyCar for the first time, or even junior categories like, you know, Kamara and F2 or whatever. And it's like, you can hop in and do well. But we don't know what the difference is now with these new regs, with these new batteries, with all the fuckery that happens with these regs of like having to lift. Like keep in mind, like you have to completely change your driving style. You have to lift before corners. You have to think about when you're pressing the battery. You know, look at Piastri. First lap. Not even before the race even started. Didn't anticipate the power. Coming off the curb. Boom. In the wall. It's going to be really interesting to see how Yuki deals with, yeah, just the difference in regs coming to this first race. Into his first race. As opposed to the other drivers around him. Who've done 10 races. Mattia! What is up, dude? How's it going? Is F3 this weekend? No, F3's not this weekend, right? It's just F2. Wait, is F2 even this weekend? No, F2 and F3. It's F1 Academy, isn't it? I'm alone. Yeah, wait, what even is the F3 calendar now? I want you to stay. Oh, you guys just have Monza and Madrid left. Well, good luck in Monza in a few weeks, dude. But I have a question. How are you liking Madrid so far? Have you driven it yet? No, you know, but wait, have you driven it yet? I'm assuming you've driven it on the simulator. Whoa, what the fuck's this? Qualifying 1, qualifying 2. What? I don't know they were doing this. Oh, so they're doing 2 races in F3 in Madrid. Okay. Interesting. Ugaban F3 is on at Monza. I've done sim and it's interesting track to say the least. Tie day going to be a big factor. Really? Okay. Is it really? I'm assuming. Well, we don't know yet. I mean, we got the first pictures of Madrid. Wait. Let me see if I can find them. Is it on the Madrid account? Mad Dring. I think they put them on their socials. No. Wait. They're not put. Well, can someone link that post of the like the construction? No, is that? Did I just see AI? That better not be AI, bro. Yeah, so they put this photo out yesterday, which looks pretty complete. Sorry, the other day, which looks pretty complete. Well, this part looks pretty decent. But yeah, somewhere in Discord, there's somewhere in Discord. But basically, the track does not look finished at all. It looks so dirty, man. I can imagine the dust is gonna be so hard to drive on. When you trust me. We have double race of Madrid to make up for the lost rounds. That's why. Right. Yeah, I got a bit confused. So you guys are doing the double round in Madrid. Am I wrong in thinking that there's a post-season test or like a pre-race test or something at Madrid? Have I made this up? Did I get... maybe I've gotten confused somewhere, but... Yeah, you're right. Wait, so there's a... Next week... Wait, there's a... You guys are... Wait, Wait. You got a test next week at Madrid. Okay. So that's where I got confused. So they must have announced the test the same time they announced the double race. And I got confused thinking they were doing a race early at Madrid. Okay. Right, so we're going to see cars on track at Madrid next week. 24, 25, we drive test at Madrid. Ooh. I mean, you don't have to comment if you don't want to, but do you think the track's going to be ready for you guys? For people wondering what we're talking about right now, Mattia Kolnagi is in chat, F3 driver. And we're talking about how they're going to have to be driving in Madrid next week, but this is what the track currently looks like. Is that the track? No, that's going to be off the track. Now, the track looks ready. The track looks ready. The track will be ready to drive on. But the fans might not have places to sit without their ass getting dusty. Yeah, the track looks done. It's just the shit surrounding the track looks a bit desolate. Yeah. I remember when this happened with Jeddah and everyone was like absolutely complaining. because it was a Middle East race. But I've not seen much complaints about Madrid not being ready in the surroundings. But I don't know. Why does this happen, man? I mean, I don't know. Why can't we just like have deadlines that are a bit more achievable? Because it really looks like this race will go ahead with construction and scaffolding everywhere still. Track looks fun to drive, but very hard to overtake. I love it in the F1 game. I actually love the measuring on the F1 game. I've not driven on my rig yet, but just on a controller, but it's so fun. Going to be a bit dusty. I think so. If not, it would be cooled off already. Right. Track looks fun to... if this race was in China, they'd build it like an hour. True. You can AstroTurf all of that. I sent my pics in Discord once again. Sweet. Here's the video of the... Wait, there's a video of the track? Or wait, are you linking... Is this the F1 video? Because I've seen that. Oh. What the fuck? Is this real? Why is that the IndyCar music? Is this real? Okay, so the track is complete. Someone just skid mark chat all over the track there, but... Okay, so the track's complete. And look at... What? Nah. Nah, bro. We're actually going to be racing... This looks more like the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix than the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. If you put this... If you showed... a normal person this, wait, I'm trying to find a good pic. That's a shit. Bro, I can't find a pic of Jeddah. What the hell's happening? Okay, to be fair, it does kind of look like Jeddah a little bit. Wait, no, that's because it's an old photo. Wait, they actually look identical. This is what Jeddah looked like when it was still being built. Wait, no, I'm trying to find a picture of Jeddah now. Exalted all over her body. Oh. But that literally looked like that literally looks like Saudi Arabia. We love fake street circuits.
Do you have faith
it's
in
Jeddah,
Lawson?
I swear.
Realistically, where do you think he's qualifying and finishing the race?
Blicky, there for the 30-month resub, dude. Appreciate you coming in with the prime. Yeah, we've been talking about the Liam stuff already, but I think realistically, Liam should be able to finish, you know, behind the front runners. If VCARB have a car like they've had recently, then he'll put the pressure on. He'll put the pressure on Liam. So maybe he'll finish like 8, 9, 10. Sorry, 7, 8, 9, 8th, 9th, 8th or 9th is realistically where he should be finishing. Either back of the front pack or behind Arvid. Yeah. Depending on how the VCARB looks. But obviously then we got reliability, so maybe you should finish hard. I don't know. But yeah. But the thing is, he has the potential to do even better. He has the potential to do even better. Say the track's complete, how much audience would accompany this GP? Well, it's not sold out, that's for sure. And I know a few creator friends said that they've got ads that they're going to do film ad during leading up to the Grand Prix. And I'm kind of like, there's like 2 weeks till the Grand Prix and they're still putting out ads to sell tickets. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand why, like, I just don't understand why these companies just put these deadlines that they can't achieve, man. Like, or they achieve, but like, it's not. I don't know. I'm not saying things have to be perfect, but like, does this really look like a Grand Prix you want to attend in 3 weeks? Like, I remember Vegas, man, was so desolate that first year I went. It was so desolate. Like, there was nothing. The fan zone had like nothing. Like, the surrounding areas had nothing. everyone who I've spoken to who's went to Vegas in 23 and has been to Vegas in 25 or 26, that's right, in 24 or 25, have said that the Grand Prix is actually way better now. And yeah, the same with Jeddah, and it's probably gonna be the same in this Grand Prix. I mean, look, Silverstone gets better every year. Albert Park gets better every year, but like I remember going to Vegas and it was like, put it this way, if Vegas wasn't in Vegas, like in the city, it would have been so dead. Like what made Vegas good was the fact that you could walk straight out the track and go to a casino and a hotel. Is Elbow racing this week? Yeah, F1 Academy's back this weekend. We'll be watching that on stream. That's gonna be like Mario Kart during the test, dude. Can we watch? I'm assuming the test hasn't been broadcasted, right? Well, yeah, probably, definitely not. Yeah, I'll definitely be keeping my eyes peeled on F3 that week. Don't think it will. Yeah, that's a shame. See, I don't know why. I got so mixed up. I thought they were going to run an extra round of F3 at Madrid, but the week or two before F1, and they were going to do a race in F3 at Madrid and use it as like a test, but it was going to be an official race. I don't know how the fuck I got confused, but I was kind of like, that's kind of cool. F3 doing its own little weekend at Madrid. Is it F3 or F2 at the Dutch GP? No, just F1 Academy. So the tarmac ain't going to be red then. No, apparently they wanted to make the tarmac red, but it cost too much money and it just didn't work out the way they wanted. So they gave up on it, but it's something that they'll work on in the future, but I don't know. I feel that's a bit of a waste on it. It looks like the end of the track is on a freeway. Yeah, it's half purpose built and it's half roads that already exist. But that's a cool video. Shout out that drone, man. But like, I look at these pics, man. I'm like, what the hell are we doing, bro? What are we doing? I'd rather lie. What else we got? But yeah, dude, we gotta. I've been saying this on the stream. We gotta. I don't know if you guys have plans to do any more streams after the Nürburgring 24-hour stream, but we should get like me, you, Fionn, and Enzo, and we should do like a game on stream, like I don't know, it doesn't have to be racing, just like some fucked game on stream, because you guys will yell at each other during Nürburgring was hilarious. I think it'd be some good content. They're being quite odd as a driver. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why you'd want red tarmac. Like I get Paul Ricard is cool because it's got all the blue and red around the track, but the tarmac's still black. I feel like driving on red tarmac is just like, I don't know, it's just kind of dumb. It's just kind of dumb. You think Batia could go to F2 for 2027? I'm going to be honest, and I'm not even just saying this because Batia's a chat. I don't even know. You cannot even predict F2 anymore because I will literally look at the F2 grid and I cannot tell you who is going to go to F1, who's going to fuck off, who's going to run out of money, who's going to get dropped by their junior teams. But then most importantly, who's going to move up from F3? Because there's been years where like F2 stayed basically the same. It's been a very competitive grid. And then there's been years where like 5 people go to F1, reserve drivers, whatever it may be. People go to IndyCar, people go to Formula E. And then you get like all these pay drivers in F2. And then you look at the grid and you're like, what the hell? Like, where did that guy come from? Like, there's a guy in F2 at the moment. One of the Fittipaldis just skipped F3 straight to where the fuck did he come from? So like generally I have no clue who's gonna be in F2. I mean, we've still got obviously half the F2 season to go. We've still got multiple rounds in F3. But yeah, like I used to remember like 2019, 2020, well, 2020, 21, 22, being able to watch F3, watch F2 and be like, oh, like these guys are gonna move up because they're good. These guys in F2 are gonna move up because they're good. Or they're not good, they're gonna go. And now it's just like, I don't know, it's just unpredictable. And there's so much like money and what's the word? Stuff unrelated to the performances now. You saw the Bahrain Malaysia GP tickets selling out fast. Well, that was confusing. They said the tickets weren't on sale, and then they went on sale, but then they were sold out. So it's like, how are they sold out before the Grand Prix even went on? Before they even went on sale? It doesn't make sense. This game is great. What is this? I Why did bro just link this, man? What is this? Oh, is this related to saying me and Matthias should play this? Shift at midnight. This looks cursed.
And then we scan their IDs. Okay, we gotta check that there.
Okay. Yeah, but like a party game like this, guys, what's like a party game we could play on stream? I was thinking Chain Together. I was thinking this game. Or maybe this is like outdated now. But imagine me, Mattia, Fionn, and Enzo playing this. And just yelling at each other.
How fortunate. For I was growing bored. I've concocted a little...
Like, hearing these guys yell at each other while doing Nürburgring 24 Hour was funny, but like, doing something where they're not good.
I eagerly await your falls. And the very first...
I don't know, I feel like that could be fun. Yeah, we might do some other streams this winter, but doing something fun would be nice as well. Yeah, well, I'll shoot you a message when you guys are like done with the F3 season, because that'd be fun. A boxing hand injury usually takes 3 to 4 weeks to recover. My brother had it once. Yeah, it sounds kind of similar to what Daniel had, which was he missed like 3-4 races, I think. Money gonna be an F2 for the 100th year in a row. So many driver academies and stuff now make it confusing. Yeah. It seems like the lap video that F1 showed on X in May about Madring shows the track development look the same then versus now. Yeah. Well, I think they've actually finished the track. I feel like they were still working on the tarmac back then. Not gonna lie, the summer break flew by fast. Yeah, despite like not streaming much, it actually really went by quick. And also, we had no silly season. Where was the silly season, man? There was absolutely no silly season. The only silly season we got this year was during the summer break was Albon re-signing, which is like, I mean, we'll talk about that tomorrow on the preview stream, but I think unsurprising, I guess. Maybe it's interesting that Williams didn't wait for Max to announce him, because once Max announces what he's doing, then the market's going to truly kick off. Like, if Max stays at Red Bull, we're going to see a lot of re-signing, I think. If Max leaves Red Bull, I think a lot of people are going to move. And I think everyone's kind of waiting for that Max move. I would say there's a lot of pre-contracts being done. Like, hey, we want to sign you if this doesn't happen. Or we want to sign you if this happens. And it's just like waiting for Max. Because, I mean, like, if you're Carlos Sainz, why would you sign to Williams when there's an opportunity to go to Red Bull? Or an opportunity to go to Ferrari? Or opportunity to go here? Or opportunity to go there? Depending on what Max does. Chain Together is mega. All right, we should lock it in. We should lock it in, babe. I'd be down if you're down, dude. I think it would be banging. Machine Party is interesting. There's another one where you have to carry glass together. Wait, what's that new one? Wait, there's this new one that I saw. Steam Flying a Plane Party game. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, this one. I saw this pop up on my Instagram Reels.
Stupid birds.
You gotta manage an airline together. It's like someone flies the plane. Someone does the like. Someone does the cleaning. Oh, this would be a banger.
That's coffee break plus. You get a coffee and get out of the plane.
I thought his name said something else for a second. Anyways, that's fun. Sorry, back to F1. Silly season being on a rejuice, so yeah. No, honestly, everyone's just waiting for Max, man. Everyone's just waiting for Max to announce. Found on TikTok. The headpads. Ponden is the maid in this game. Okay, bro. As a former aviation professional, this is just like real life. His name did say what you think it did. Oh. You also played Peak. I played Peak. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed Peak when I played on stream with the Rebel Sim Racing boys, but I didn't love it. I feel like it wasn't as fun and entertaining as other party games. It's more like I don't know. It's kind of like I'd play once and then never play again. Which I guess most party games are like that, but yeah. What's up, Liam? My dream team would be Max Verstappen and Kimi Antonelli at Ferrari. I like Max and Kimi in a team would be great. This is a job audition for a team outside the Rebel family for Liam. He can't mess this up. I'll be watching all FPs because of Liam. What's a sprint weekend this weekend, Kai Burke. So you only have one practice to watch. What do you think about the Turkish Grand Prix on the 2027 calendar? I'm excited, man. Love the Turkish Grand Prix. Bro, imagine the I actually would. This is probably a topic unrelated to what we're talking about right now. But imagine you binned off Qatar. Poo. Imagine you binned off Qatar. Imagine you binned off Barcelona. And you binned off Miami and added Nürburgring, not Nürburgring, Hockenheim, Malaysia, and Turkey. Honestly, that would be such a good calendar. Like, Bahrain, love it. One of my favorite tracks on the calendar. Saudi, I love Saudi. Australia, maybe not, it doesn't produce amazing racing, but it's just one of the best Grand Prix of the year. China, I think you need the Chinese Grand Prix, but like, I don't love the track personally. Japan, amazing track. Miami's grown on me in the last few years, but like, I think Miami, it's just a poo track, let's be real. And we don't need 3 American Grand Prix. It kind of gets cancelled out by Vegas now. Canada, great track. Monaco, I love Monaco. It's the outlier of the season. Barcelona can go. It's been on the calendar for too long. It doesn't produce good racing much anymore. And say that, good race this year, good race the last few years, but still, bin that off. Austria, amazing. Silverstone, amazing. Belgium's already gone. I don't like Belgium, man. I think Belgium, I don't mind Belgium staying on the calendar. I just think it hasn't produced a good race in F1 in so long. Yeah, it can stay just for the aura. Hungary's one of those ones where it's like, I think it can stay on the calendar, but like, I don't think it really brings much to Formula One. Like, all the other races bring something. Like, you bring the Chinese market, you bring the amazing Australian fans, amazing track, you know, like legacy, amazing, great track. Hungary, it brings like a mid-track, kind of a mid-country marketing fans. I don't know. It's just kind of like it's just there. You know what I mean? It's not bad, but it's just kind of there. Netherlands, that's gone. Monza, great. Madrid, I mean, we'll see. Baku, amazing to watch. Imagine Malaysia was on the calendar. Singapore, yeah, obviously like outlier, one of the street circuits. Coda's amazing. Mexico, don't love. Mexico's kind of like Hungary. Like, it's not bad. Actually, Mexico was bad in the last few years. But again, I think Mexico deserves a Grand Prix for the fans, but it's just a bit of a mid-race every year. Brazil, fantastic. Vegas has been fantastic every year, basically. And then, yeah, let's imagine we bin Qatar off. And then you got Abu Dhabi. I think Abu Dhabi is a solid track, just not as the finale. But yeah, I honestly think like the calendar's not too bad. If you look at this year, like, it almost feels like it swapped a little bit. Like, the tracks that used to be bangers have been okay this year. And then the tracks that have not been good have been good this year. Like, Barcelona, great Grand Prix. Hungary, great Grand Prix. In previous years, they'd both be the bad ones. Well, Belgium sucked this year. It's always sucked. But yeah. I don't know why I was talking about that. Oh, because you're asking about Turkey. Yeah, Turkey, Malaysia, and Hockenheim would be good. I feel it coming. Hunger brings the spice. Those really old tracks were made when the cars were half the size. Yeah. Vegas is shit. How is Vegas shit, man? Banger in 23, banger in 24, best all-round weekend. Best qualifying F1's probably ever had. I mean, obviously, mainly because of the weather, but still, in 25, Vegas is solid, man. Have you tested the paying on the sim? No, I feel like I need to install F1 2017 so we can do that. Akuda Maitia on the stream, dude. Can you show your CS2 crosshair? What the hell, bro? China needs an update to keep it interesting. Yeah, I don't know what China could do. I think the straight needs to be shorter. Straight ruins it because like you just harvest the whole lap and then wait to do it down the straight. Yeah, Hungary always delivers for some reason. It's one of those ones where it's like it doesn't really feel special coming to it, but then it just somehow delivers. Best pro race drama in Vegas too. Yeah, true. Rouge is the only thing keeping Spa on the calendar. F1 gets Infinite Piano weekend just through that alone. Yeah. Did the sim rig never happen? Forgot that was a month ago. Yeah, so a little update on the sim rig. It arrived. It had a broken part. I had to wait for the new part. New part arrived, but it was Grand Prix weekends. And the summer break, I've just been dealing with some personal shit and not streaming.
Belgium is more of a GT
and now
and
we're back to
wet track
F1
than F1.
stuff.
Barcelona is shit. Monaco
And then
only quali is
Chug.
good. Qatar isn't a good track for battles.
David the 9-month resub, dude. Appreciate you coming with the prime. Belgium is more of a GT and WEC track than F1. Barcelona is shit. Monaco only quali. Qatar isn't a good track for battle. Yeah, that's what I mean. Belgium is so fun to drive. I love driving on the F1 game. I love driving on iRacing. It's so fun to watch on GT racing, but like F1, I just don't care for it at all. It's like one of the only Grand Prix every year that I get to Spa, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, genuinely. It's like I know who's going to win before I go into the weekend every single time. But yeah, thanks so much for the 9-month resub, dude. But yeah, with the rig. Yeah, and then we've obviously got F1, and then next week I would build it, but I'm away in Canada. So yeah, the 10-day break we have between the end of Monza and Baku is when we're gonna get into the rig stuff, which would be nice because that's like one of the only weeks where I'm not doing anything streaming wise for the rest of the year, because we've got F1, then we've got GDA, and then we've got so much shit, and it's like the only week, so it's like perfect to have something to do there. Well, won't Cobusters add Madring and Malaysia? They've added Madring to the game already. Malaysia I don't think they'll add because it's like a pop-up Grand Prix. So who's replacing Lawson? Yuki. 6 hours Spa was absolute similar to watch. More exciting than every Belgium GP. Is that GT World Challenge? That was GT World Challenge, right? I was meant to watch that on stream this year, but something ended up happening. Oh, it clashed with Barcelona. In bed with me lonely, having another night. Oh, this whole time I've been singing on YouTube, can't even hear the music. All right, guys, I'm probably going to wrap the stream up there. We've been live for an hour and a half. It's been good to chat, but now we're starting to chat more about non-F1s. Non-Liam Hadjar stuff. Obviously, today's stream was just to go live for the breaking news. Tomorrow, we will be live again. We're going to be doing a preview for the Dutch Grand Prix. That's where we go through all the news since the last Grand Prix, and there's a lot. So, big stream tomorrow for the preview. And then, yeah, we'll do our usual stuff leading up into the Dutch Grand Prix weekend. Then I'll be live on Friday for F1 and F1 Academy, Saturday for F1 and F1 Academy, Sunday for F1 and F1 Academy, and then on Monday for our normal Grand Prix review and driver ratings. So yeah, normal F1 weekend. We're back streaming. Yeah, obviously took a bit of a break during the summer break. Not that I expected, but yeah. And then obviously we'll be away for a week. And then we're back for Monza and consistent streams for the rest of the year. But anyways, guys, is there anything else to talk about with this news? I don't think there is. I think we kind of talked about everything. We talked about how it affects Red Bull, how it affects VCARB, how it affects Liam, Hadjar, Yuki, Arvid. Yeah, I think we spoke about everything. We looked at all the like jokes and everything that's come out about it. It was a solid stream. But guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you watch it on YouTube, thank you guys all for joining. Be sure to join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ponden. We're always live on YouTube. We're always live on Twitch. I can't always be live on YouTube. So come join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ponden. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe down below. Be sure to like the stream. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.